Hi everybody, this is Angelique Tsang of Letlovecometoyou with Gina Cloud. We just wrapped up an interview about a very specific topic, how to live like a woman. And woman, it stands for an acronym. And it is about stepping into our feminine polarity and how that attracts more love into our life. Gina, what can people learn when they're going to listen to our interview?
You're going to learn a lot. That was a really great interview. I enjoyed that. I always enjoy talking about these things because they're near and dear to my heart. But first of all, you'll learn about the acronym WOMAN. The W is wild, the O is open, the M is magical, the A is authentically empowered, and the N is nectar. And you will learn some things you probably haven't learned before about connecting with that aspect of yourself as a woman. The wildness in your sexuality, the O, the openness in your heart, the M, the magical in your body, particularly your menstrual cycle. You ladies are going to hear some and men are going to hear some interesting things about your cycle that you did not know before. Right, Angelique?
Yes, I have heard some new things, definitely.
And the A, really bringing out your inner gifts, authentically empowered, bringing out your inner gifts and the truth of who you are and sharing that in a big way in the world or a small way, whatever feels appropriate to you. And the N is that nectar. It's this beautiful, soft, colorful, sensual, playful, joyful, laughter-filled element that woman is when we connect the W, the O, the M, and the A, and we bring it into the N. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can you maybe tell us why is it important to live in that place as a woman? Why is it not enough to just do what we're doing right now?
Now that's a whole other interview subject because what's important about that is the world is missing the polarity. We are living in this masculinized world. Men are longing for us to be women. We are longing for us to be women, to be in, and when I say women, we are women, of course, biologically, but energetically and in the polarity and in the feminine quality of what is represented on the planet, in nature, in the world, by the feminine. And the whole world is looking for that, has lost that, and is yearning for it. I think it's a true yearning. So we really need to be able to step into that woman, that WOMAN, because when you do that, you bring that polarity back to yourself, and then by virtue of that, you give it to the earth. You give it to everyone you come in contact with. And men love women that are in their WOMAN. Men fall in love with, on a deep soul level, women who are living that way. And I have learned in this work that men are really wanting us to step into that place. But we need to do it for ourselves, and it will make your life so much better.
And how do we know that we are not living yet in that feminine? Can you give us a few, bullet points maybe in terms of how we recognize when it's not happening?
Absolutely. Well, one of the things that we know for sure that it's not happening is if you have a negative relationship with your menstrual cycle, if you're not even aware of what your cycle is, when you're getting it, the disconnection from that. This is something in this interview that we talked about a lot, and it may seem like an odd thing to be pointing to as a central feature of womanhood and being in the feminine polarity, but it's a critical element. So that's one right there, is if you are disconnected from your cycle. If you find that you are in constant motion, that you are in doing mode and not in being mode, that's another element, especially as women. Men are more, their nature is more to be in that space, but for us as women, it creates a lot of frustration. And the third one is if you experience a very intense premenstrual phase to your cycle. Again, it comes back around to that. And if you're experiencing a lot of premenstrual negative energy, which is for most women, and physical, if you're having a lot of physical pain around your period also, those are definitely ways that you are not connected to yourself. And if you're not having any fun, and if you're not having really wonderful, connected sex, if you're in a relationship with someone, it's harder to talk about when you're not in a relationship because then sex is sort of just an outlet, a stress reliever, which is really not being in the feminine either. But if you're in a relationship, when you're connected, you have this natural desire for sex. So if your sexual energy's way down, that's another indicator.
Okay. So at least then people who are listening know when they should be listening. If they are to step into the feminine, what could be a few things that could open up to them?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So are there a few things that you would say, if you step into woman, these are the 3 or 4 things that you could look forward to? Could you give us that?
Yep, and they would pretty much be the fixer piece of the other things I just said. One would be that you would have a natural, healthy connection to your cycle, and something that see it as a teacher, as a healing aspect of your life. So you would then have peace there. So that, by implication, causes your PMS, believe it or not, to go away. It will literally go away. I've had this experience in working with women. It will go away. So you'll heal that piece, which is a symptom of the disconnect. You will have more sexual energy moving through your body. Now, what you do with that is up to you. You may not be in a situation where you want to be sexual, but sexual energy is life force energy. So
Yes.
when you have that moving through you, you may just be more creative in your work. You may feel like you're more expressive depending on the kind of work you do, whether it's business or it's something creative. And you'll feel more inspired to move your body, and as we talk about in the interview, to dance.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, Gina. I mean, I think we've given enough pointers to people when this interview would be relevant for them and what they can get out of it if they tune in. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Angelique. Again, it was a pleasure. Look forward to speaking with you soon, I hope.
Yes. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.